I think we can all agree that 2024 was a banger year for horror. It was probably one of the hardest top 10 lists I've had to make in a very long time. But with that being said, 2025 is already looking extremely promising. So this list was also extremely hard to make. But before we begin, this is Colby Does Horror. If you need a source for all things horror, make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right, to kick things off for my most anticipated for 2025, number 15, we're going with Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Wendy Darling strikes out in an attempt to rescue her brother Michael from the clutches of the evil Peter Pan. Along the way, she meets Tinkerbell, who will be seen taking heroin, believing that it's pixie dust. This one looks like it's going to go so fucking hard, and it's already giving off the fuck them kids vibes.
Wow.
Who wants to come to Neverland with me?
If you know what I mean.
It's nice to meet you.
So the vibes I'm getting just from the trailer for this one are the French film Inside, Black Phone, and It. I'm really excited for this one because this whole Pooniverse thing, like the first Blood and Honey, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but Blood and Honey 2 was light years better. So if they keep excelling and getting better and better, I'm all for it. And this one looks to be the best one yet. Neverland Nightmare is releasing January 13th. So if it's playing by me, I'm definitely going to try to go see this one in the theater. At number 14, I have Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride. In 1930 Chicago, Frankenstein asked Dr. Euphronius to help create a companion. They give life to the murdered woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and a radical social change. So I don't know much about this one besides seeing a few stills for it already, but I love the look and the aesthetic already. The cast is stacked and it's amazing, which is led by Christian Bale and Jake Gyllenhaal. And again, this one is directed by his sister Maggie Gyllenhaal, so I'm pumped for that. This has all the makings to be one of my favorites of 2025 already. At number 13, we have Edington. Edington revolves around a couple stranded in a New Mexico town during the pandemic. Initially welcomed, the town takes a sinister turn by nightfall. So this one reunites director Ari Aster and actor Joaquin Phoenix, who plays a sheriff with bigger ambitions. So that right there is what sold me. Ari Aster. And the cast in this one is absolutely stacked as well. We got Pedro Pascal, Austin Butler, Emma Stone, Luke Grimes, Michael Ward, and Clifton Collins Jr. Just an insane cast, and Ari Aster is already 3 for 3 for me, and this one's supposed to be a Western horror movie, so again, completely sold. At number 12, this is one I know very little about, but this one is called Him. A promising young football player joins an isolated compound to train under a dynasty team's aging quarterback. So all I know about this one is it's produced by Jordan Peele and it's starring Marlon Wayans. The director is Justin Tipping, who I know nothing about. But if Peele sees something in this and he's willing to put money into it, I'm excited. At number 11, I have The Monkey. When twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start. The siblings decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, but growing apart for years. So this one is based off of a Stephen King short, and it is directed by Oz Perkins. And some of you will know Oz from The Blackcoat's Daughter, Long Legs, but this one looks completely different from those. It looks fucking crazy.
Everything okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
It looks gory as fuck. It's a solid cast. I'm ready for this one. And if you haven't seen the clip that Osgood Perkins uploaded, this might pique your interest.
That's enough. That's enough.
At number 10, we have Hell House Lineage. So there's no synopsis for this one yet, but Stephen Cognetti is returning once again to fucking terrify us again. So I actually got to interview Stephen Cognetti not too long ago, and he gave me a little bit of insights and secrets. But I can say that this is the first one in the franchise that is not found footage. At first, it made me a little disappointed because I love found footage, and I think the found footage aspect is what gives this series its charm. But the more I think about it, the more excited I am. Stephen Cognetti is a very talented filmmaker, and the way he scares us, it's just very unique compared to other horror movies. So I'm excited. So my number 9 is one that I just stumbled across recently, and this one is called Extreme Vile Raw. So this one is about a sociopath who discovers a pay-to-kill illegal website on the dark web. So this website will record his every action in the most sadistic, cruel, and depraved details, thus leaving behind a trail of corpses and other bodily fluids. Blood and agony will then cause him to plummet into the depth of his own subconscious. As soon as I saw this one, I instantly looked up the director, Jake Valentine, hit him up on Instagram, and I'm like, yo, what do I need to do to get a screener for this movie? He then told me that it's not yet complete yet. They've been hitting a bunch of roadblocks. I guess some producers, some actors and actresses have quit because they say it's too extreme. But he told me about the GoFundMe that they're running for it right now. So if you're interested, I will post a link for that GoFundMe as well. I donated. I'm fucking pumped for this movie. There's also a trailer on the GoFundMe and it looks fucking vile. At number 8 is They Follow, the highly anticipated sequel for It Follows. Director David Robert Mitchell is returning, and so is Micah Monroe. I'm excited for the OGs, and I'm pumped for a whole new story for this one. I love It Follows with all my heart. If he can capture the same atmosphere and creepiness of the first, it's going to easily make my top 10 in 2025. My number 7 is one that won't be for everybody, but this one is Circus of the Dead 2. So Circus of the Dead, if you don't know, this one is one of my favorite kind of extreme indie horror movies, and it features a killer clown named Popcorn. This movie pushes some fucking boundaries, but it does it in a tasteful way. And as far as it goes, like, I loved every second of this one. Now, we don't have a synopsis or any details yet, but I do know that David Howard Thornton is going to be in this one. And we all know David Howard Thornton has Art the Clown and a few other little indies that he's done. But what makes me excited about this one is David Howard Thornton will actually have a speaking role as a protagonist in this one. So I'm just really excited for him to actually show off his acting abilities for once. Number 6 is Until Dawn. A group of friends spends a weekend at a ski lodge on the anniversary of their friend's death, unaware that they are not alone. So when this one was announced, I was hyped. I'm a huge fan of the game. But unfortunately, as more and more details are releasing for this one, my hype is slowly draining. It seems like it's come to a point where they just have the name of the video game and the rights to that, and it's going to be nothing like the game. But I guess we'll see. As long as Blumhouse has nothing to fucking do with it, it might be okay. Number 5, we got Fear Street Prom Queen. Again, no synopsis yet, but I really enjoyed the book as a kid, and I really loved the Fear Street trilogy that came out on Netflix a couple years ago, so I do have high hopes for this one as well. I think this one will be fun, and I don't really have too many concerns about the production value or the quality with how well the other Fear Street trilogy did. So we'll see. At number 4, I got 28 Years Later.
6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 32 the day before.
A group of survivors of the rage virus lives on a small island. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission to the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors. First of all, this whole movie was shot on an iPhone. I think that is fucking sick. The trailer looks very promising, and I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I love the first 2 entries, and Danny Boyle is returning to direct, and Alex Garland is writing. Like, nothing can go wrong, right? Right?
No discards in the war.
At number 3, I have Companion, starring Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher. A billionaire's death sets off a chain of events for Iris and her friends during a weekend trip at his lakeside estate. This one looks extremely interesting. The trailer and the synopsis don't really give much away, so it definitely leaves a mystery, and I'm excited for it. I'm a huge fan of Jack Quaid because of The Boys, so anything he does I'm excited for, but seeing him in these unhinged, like, psychopath roles, I fucking love. but I'll definitely be there opening night for this one. Number 2 is Final Destination Bloodlines. No synopsis yet, no trailer yet, but the expected date is May 16th. I've heard rumors that the trailer is coming very soon, so fingers crossed. But what I do know about this one is that the accident has to do with a skyscraper. But for me, as long as this one doesn't feel like a CW original, like that piece of shit Strangers Chapter 1, I think I'll be happy. So now for number 1, one of my most anticipated for 2025 is Hard Eyes. The Hard Eyes killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This one just looks like a brutal, fun new slasher, and I will never say no to a new slasher. The cast is stacked, it looks gory, I'm here for it. The new trailer is about to drop. If it didn't already, I'll probably do a reaction to that, but I am pumped for this one. But those are my most anticipated 15. It's probably going to change. I'll probably make a mid-year for the rest of the year anticipated as well. Because, I mean, there's even shit that hasn't even been announced yet that's going to release this year. But make sure you let me know in the comments of what you're excited for in 2025. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.